Thank you for joining me in today's training. My name is Olasoji. Sosanya. First, I need to thank you for taking your time out and participating in this training program. Now, that said, the focus of this training is to help you maximize your time, make the most of it, and help you build the type of future that you desire now that you are still in your 20s. One of the things that is the most important is time. I need to tell you this, my dear listeners. As a matter of fact, every one of us on earth today, we all have one thing, and that's one thing that we all have, irrespective of our status, our age, or our exposure in life, is our time. I'm sure you already know that your time is your life, and your life is your time. Your time is your life, and your life is your time. The only resource that you have, the only asset that you have in life is your time. And so, making good use of your time, maximizing your time, should be your main attention, should be your main goal now that you are in your 20s. Now, you may ask me, why do you need to pay attention to your time, especially as a 20-something-year-old? The reason you need to pay attention to your time is that if you don't add value to your time now that you are in your 20s, as you grow older, you would have a backlog of wasted time. And because you've wasted that time, you need to play catch up. Now you need to play catch up in your finances, you play catch up in marital life, you play catch up in your health, you play catch up in academics, you play catch up in virtually all spheres of your life. And for this not to happen, now is the time that you need to maximize your time. You need to invest in your time, you need to make good use of your time. Okay, so I believe you already understand this, you already know this. Let's get to the meat of the action. We all know that the coronavirus is here, and as it is, everybody is on lockdown. The entire nation is virtually on lockdown. Business is not booming as usual. Things are not as active as it were in January and February. Now it seems as if time is dragging. Now it seems as if everybody is at a standstill. It seems as if they are helpless. But you need to remember this: your time is running out. Your time is running out. Your time is running out. I repeat, your time is running out. Every day you wake up and you do nothing with your time, especially in this period of lockdown due to this COVID-19 pandemic, you are losing your life. If you are not investing your time, you are obviously losing your life. You are wasting your life by virtue of not investing in your time. So, my goal is to help you with the things that you need to do during this era in order to maximize your time. Now, the first thing you need to know is that you need to learn some things, or you need to master some skills. Okay, now is the time to learn some skills or to acquire knowledge about some skills. Let me illustrate with this story. Some years back, precisely around 2010 thereabouts, I had a lot of time with me because at that time I moved from Lagos to Abeokuta. Because of this move, I was learning to acclimatize, get used to Abeokuta, because the atmosphere of Abeokuta is actually different from that of Lagos. Lagos is hyperactive, while Abeokuta generally is more relaxed. The rush, the energy that you see in Lagos is not that visible. It's not even in existence in Abeokuta. So during the period I was trying to acclimatize, I decided to invest my time in reading. Fortunately for me at that time, I found the library close to my house. So every morning I would go to the library and start reading. That period was the time I was starting out with this speaking business, especially speaking to youths and young adults. at that point in time, I had very scanty knowledge about youth or youth development or anything that had to do with youth generally. But during this period, I began to go to the library from morning till evening. Honestly, I need to tell you this, it wasn't easy for me to sit myself down and study, but I did it. For almost 8 months, I was going to the library, I was reading. The little saving I had was what I was, banking on, because of the shift of relocating to Abeokuta. I lost most of my clients, and so I had to, focus my attention on studying and preparing for this youth development agenda that I decided to pursue. Now, after 8 months thereabout, somebody called me and said, actually, the person that called me was the owner of the library. He owns the library, and most times, anytime he comes around, he always sees me in the library. He always meets me there. We met. Once you go to a particular place, after a while, you begin to see some people that are regular visitors. People that patronize such places. So the owner knew me. He knew that I've always been coming to that place. So one day he told me, he said, "Can you please, can we go to Kano for a speaking engagement? Just assist him as a supporting speaker." So to me, it was a huge opportunity. I knew that there's no way I'll go to such a place without being paid handsomely. So to cut the long story short, I went with him. It was a weekend program. We did the program and we ended it. Now the program was held in the Catholic Church. The program was for workers in that parish. So after finishing the program, the man introduced me to his brother, who happens to be a Catholic priest, and actually the brother was in charge of all the other priests in that diocese. From there, the man just asked me, "Soji, I heard that you were into youth stuff." I said yes. So he said, if you want to organize youth program, how do you go about it? Of course, I was able to develop a plan for the diocese. I did that thing under 30 minutes or so. Now it was easy for me to develop the plan within 30 minutes, because for the past 8 months I've been reading about that. I've been studying about youth development and all the things that affect youth, the areas that need to be taught. I didn't know it was an opportunity for me to experience financial lift in my life. So when I showed him the draft of what to be taught, the grandfather said, "Well, since you've come up with the plan, why don't you develop it? Give us the content and everything." And before I knew it, a weekend event turned to a 2-year program. I was in Kano for 2 years, worked with this humble Catholic priest, this amazing Reverend Father, and together we were hosting these programs all around all around this parish. Of course, after 2 years, my financial status rose, and I learned a lot. I gained a lot of insight, experience. I gained a lot of exposures from that opportunity with working with that Reverend Father. The point I'm trying to make is this: if I had not invested that 8 months in studying and preparing, as a matter of fact, what I am doing today may not be possible. But because I paid attention to my time, just 8 months, it turned to a blessing for me. It turned to a wealth spinning channel for me. It gave me a lot of exposure. It gave me a lot of links. It gave me a lot of connection to people. Now the same thing, you need to understand this. Your time is your life, and you cannot afford to waste your time. You cannot afford to waste your time. You cannot afford to waste your time. I repeat, you cannot afford to waste your time. Every moment of your life counts. Every hour counts. So, back to our main topic. You need to invest your time in something that would make your future more valuable You need to invest your time in learning skills and knowledge that would make your future years valuable. A doctor spent 6 to 8 years in medical school, go to university, go to the medical college and all the rest, you do husbandship. And after 8 years, the person, your friend who was a novice about medical issues 6 years ago is a medical doctor. He has spent 8 good years in learning about medicine and how it affects the human body. And today, he's making more money. Now, the same thing happens. You may not spend 6 years, but what about spending a month? What about spending a week on something that would transform your life, that would impact your future positively? So, the goal is this. Now that coronavirus has held everybody down, as a matter of fact, it's a global lockdown as it is now, you need to spend your isolation time. You're all isolated, so to say. You need to spend your isolation time in acquiring knowledge, in acquiring skills, in acquiring education. And why do you need to spend your time in acquiring skills, in acquiring education and knowledge? Because doing so would add value to your future. Just like somebody going to medical school and after 6 years he earns more, he's being called a doctor and he's being referred into society. And the same thing happens to you when you invest your time, this isolation time, this lockdown time, in equipping yourself, in preparing for your future. When the future comes, you earn more, your opportunity comes to you and you become more successful. So the thing is, what do you now learn? You wonder, okay, so what do I invest my time in? What do I put my money in? Now, one thing that I know that is common to everybody, that we all do every day, is this: we all sell something. We said that we sell ideas, we said that we sell our time, or we sell our energy. For instance, a bricklayer sells experience and energy, while a doctor sells his time and skill. Okay, a driver sells his time and driving experience. Now, I'm sure you understand that. But these 3 different people or workers earn differently. Okay, you can't compare what a driver earns to what a bricklayer earns, and what those 2 people earn. You can't compare it with what a medical doctor earns. There is difference. So the type of work you do largely determines what you earn. But one thing that is common to everybody is that we are constantly selling something. We are constantly pushing something forward that we want others to buy from us. It could be an idea, it could be knowledge, it could be anything. For instance, if you're single and you are trying to woo a lady as a guy, you are selling yourself. Just like politicians come around and they sell themselves. Now, as a lady too, you may want a guy to fall in love with you. So you sell yourself. And how do you do that? Of course, you package yourself in such a way that you want him to approach you. Now, that said, I want to encourage you that you need to go online and learn about how to market things, how to sell things on the internet. Now, why do you need to sell things on the internet? The reason you need to sell things, or you need to learn how to sell things on the net, is because that is the future. The internet is the future. The internet is the future. I repeat, the internet is the future. That is where a lot of selling will take place in the future. As a matter of fact, virtually all selling will take place on the internet in the future. Of course, in that part of the world, here in Nigeria, internet sales or online sales, as it's been called, may not be that conspicuous. It may not be big market, but then it is evolving. It is evolving. For those of you who have ordered products online, you will understand this. For you to understand that internet sales is is booming in Nigeria, you would notice that the federal government had compelled everybody to engage in mobile banking. People are, a lot of virtual banking is going on. Most of the transactions are being done via transfer now, which implies that people are carrying less of cash. Companies like Jumia, Kunga, and others are selling a huge lot of products online because the internet is the future. If banks will tell you to open accounts online, now what this implies is that the future of selling and buying is going online, as is online. The future of buying and selling will be massive online. It's going to be an online thing. It's going to be a virtual thing. So if internet marketing is what you would invest your time in at this moment, I assure you that you're going to make a whole lot of profit from it. You're going to make a whole lot of money from it. At least financially, you're going to sell a lot of goods and services that would pay you handsomely. I have this friend who sells furniture, chairs that people sit on in auditorium. He sells for a furniture manufacturing company in Lagos. This guy is in Port Harcourt. His last commission was about 500,000 naira. Just for one transaction. The church bought about 1,000 chairs and it was paid 500 naira per chair. Now, what did he do? He only placed adverts online, right in his sitting room. They just called him, they went there, negotiated, and decided to order. He didn't even appear at the factory. He was not involved in the production of the chairs. He only connected the buyer with the manufacturers, and he got paid 500,000 naira just like that, without lifting a pen, without sweating. This is what you can benefit, and a lot of opportunities abound. So I want to encourage you that if anything, if you're not doing anything, at least you must invest your time. If you must invest your time, go and learn about internet marketing. There are a lot of courses online that shows you what to do about internet, how to market things online, Facebook marketing, Google marketing. My dear listener, I want to implore you, I beg of you, please go and study internet marketing. Go and study internet marketing. Learn it and begin to use it. It will amaze you, the things that you can sell. As a matter of fact, you can sell from everything to anything that is legitimate. Anything that is legitimate, people would definitely buy. I'm sure you must have bought something online yourself. I mean, look at corporate organizations like JAMB. They do their registration online, they pay online, they virtually everything has been moved online. Look at the banking sector, they've moved online. And so you need to learn to sell, because there is no way you would end up not selling something. You always sell something in the future. So that is it. In summary, first you need to understand that your time is your life. If you waste your time, you are wasting your life. If you are not investing your time, you are not investing your life. Then 2, you need to learn to sell. And learn to sell, I mean you need to learn about internet marketing. And why do you need to learn about internet marketing? Internet marketing is the future. The internet will be the largest place to sell anything on earth. My name is Olasoji. Thank you for joining me in this training program. In case you have questions or comments, you can simply send your questions and comments to my email address. That is lifeclassng@gmail.com. I repeat, lifeclassng@gmail.com. Thank you.